All right, so first and foremost, hopefully this week has been an eventful one for you guys. But before we jump into it, y'all know what time it is. I got the sippity dippity on deck. Gonna open that up. Ooh, that's good. I know that ASMR popping right now. A little bit of ice, you know what I mean? Got the ice, you know what I mean? And put a little bit of that sippity dippity in there. Okay, all right, get a little up, pin your finger up like we always do. Come on out. All right, now we're good. All right, so this week's episode is quite funny to me. I'm talking about comical. If you're not into the stock market and how it works, please do your due diligence, do your research, because this one's a funny one. We're going to be covering what's going on with GameStop and what's going on with the hedge funds that are really licking their wounds from billions of dollars of losses. So, without further ado, I am creator Venchie, and this is Venchie Talks. All right, so GameStop, let's just jump into it. It has been a really good month for GameStop. GameStop, if you don't know already, was on hard times. The company just couldn't catch a break. People moved on from it. People moved on to like digital copies of games, and it got to the point where GameStop was just trying anything to stay afloat. They went from just selling games and accessories to collectibles and then Funko Pops, stuff like that. It was anything that they throw at the wall and stick they were selling, but they could not turn a profit. It got to the point where a lot of GameStops were closing. If you drove past your local GameStop, you probably would see one or two people in there, but nobody was rocking with GameStop. That is until a group of people on Reddit, actually more specifically on Reddit, a subreddit called Wall Street Bets. And of course they dabble into the stock market and choosing stocks that they find appealing, but they're also into investing in something called meme stocks. And meme stocks are stocks that we all know aren't worth its weight in gold, are going nowhere, and GameStop is one of them. Funny thing about it is, apparently Wall Street Bets just has this vendetta against hedge funds, and hedge funds are notorious for just doing some really jacked up stuff when driving the market either up or down in their favor. They like to short a lot of stocks, and shorting is pretty much driving the share price of that stock down, and one of them is GameStop. Apparently Wall Street Bets, they were done having it. They were tired of seeing these hedge funds eat off the backs of the everyday man or woman just working, making ends meet, with not a lot of opportunity to make a lot of money in the stock market. So what this particular group did was start buying those shares of GameStop, and I'm talking about whatever the asking price was, they bought it. Now when a lot of people, or when people start buying stock at the asking price, it drives the price up. So at the end of December 2020, GameStop was around $4 to $5, I believe, a share. Fast forward to January. January was a great month for them, and it was because of Wall Street Bets. They kept buying at the asking price, driving the price up. It went from that $5 to $20 and then to $40. Fast forward to just last week, I believe its high was around $400 and something, which is crazy for a company that was on the cusp of bankruptcy, seeing no profits every quarter, and really just had no future in sight. Now it's a Fortune 500 company. I know I'm going over a lot of y'all heads if you're not really into investing and into the stock market, which is a shame, because if you're not, you really should make your money work for you. Do your due diligence, do your research on whatever stocks you're into, and I'm telling you, if done correctly, you'll win. But they turned this shit company into a Fortune 500 company with no real foundation, and that's crazy, but that goes to show you the power of the people. So hedge funds, they have all the money in the world. They got billions on billions of dollars, and if they don't have money, and if they fall face first and they're in trouble, they got friends on the other side. Let me know that reference. Somebody tell me where that reference come from. But that'll let you know I got kids, and I like Disney. But I digress. They're gonna be alright regardless. So just so happens, because Wall Street Bets drove up the price, these hedge funds they were actually trying to squeeze GameStop. They were trying to drive the price down, and they couldn't. There was nothing they could do. And they knew nothing about Wall Street bets. They did not know why this was happening, but they did know that because they couldn't drop the price down at whatever price it was at when the market closed on that Friday, they actually had to cover the losses. They had to buy back those shares at whatever price it was sitting at, and it was sitting at roughly around $300 and something. So these hedge funds lost billions. One particular hedge fund by the name of Melvin Capital, I believe the month of January alone, they lost 53% of its value. That's a major L, but that's a major dub for the small guys. So I can't even be mad at them. But instead of just taking the L and walking away gracefully, what do these hedge funds do? They reach out to their friends on Wall Street. They reach out to the SEC. They reach out to their friends on Capitol Hill. The outcome was pretty much the platforms that these everyday people trade on. They decided to restrict and hide, like purposely hide. You could go on to Robinhood, you can go to TD Ameritrade, and you can try to search for the ticker, which is the short name of the company. GameStop is GME. You would put that in the search bar and come up with nothing, because they intentionally hid it so you could not buy it, and that's illegal. But this is the funny part about it. Their reasoning behind it was to protect us, to ensure that we don't get taken for a ride, pretty much. But isn't that the risk you take with investing? Any other time is okay. When we're on the losing end of the game, it's okay. There's no notifications letting us know, hey, I wouldn't invest in that stock if I were you, because you're gonna lose. No, because the billionaires are on the losing end of it, all of a sudden it's a concern. So it's no surprise that Robinhood pretty much are sitting in front of, I believe, 7 or more lawsuits. They're getting sued because at the end of the day, you can't change the rules of the game because the people who are winning aren't who you want to win. So like I said, hats off to Wall Street Bets. Hats off to any of the little guys who saw some profits and still seeing some profits from holding on to this stock. In GameStop, y'all just a byproduct of winning. Nobody really rock with y'all like that. So don't think any of them bought the stock because it was a valuable company. I'm just being real with y'all. You know, don't believe the hype. Don't just drink the Kool-Aid. But in this instance, there was a game plan. It was organized effectively, and it accomplished the goal that it set out to do. Also, the crazy part about it is a lot of the members or a lot of the people who have invested in GameStop just to stick it to these hedge funds, actually, they don't even care about the profit. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're going to take their profits, but they say it's bigger than that. They're just tired of being on the losing end so much. They're tired of getting played like a fiddle. And I think at a certain point, we all can relate to that. We can all hope that there's kindness in everybody's heart and they are all working towards a better whatever. But a lot of times when money's involved, they can care less about you. And I think that showed all of 2020. So only 1 month into 2021, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it. The little guys definitely flipping the market on his head. They're definitely flipping what's normal, and they're trying to win and get a piece of the pie too. So I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. All right, so what happens to the people who came to the party late when it comes to GameStop? The ones who probably didn't get to buy anything, didn't see any profits. What do you do? Will there be a next move like this for another potential stock? Could be. But in the meantime, I'm just going to leave you with a few of my opinions of what you should do moving forward to make sure you're on the winning end if it ever happens. But before I do, instead of going through my sponsors today, I want to play a song that was actually created from stepping outside of my comfort zone. All right, so without further ado, here goes that freestyle. Hope you enjoy it. And then we're going to jump into the other portion of our segment right after this.
It's a lot of things on my mind, yeah. Stack the money like 365. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, oh, yeah. Baby, just let me just. I got a problem. Can you just stop him? I was just moving through the streets, looking like Harlem. Both of us go out, I'm from B-More, ooh, yeah. I clean up the pots, this your old chore. When I was 17, I had to sign the paper. Nigga like, where you going? Wherever the world gon' take you. I joined the army, seen some things. Nigga got shot from left to right. Nowadays when a nigga get mad, I don't even really try to fight. I be like, life too short. Where you going? Ooh. I been there before. Ooh. Had to hit a U-turn, love them niggas like, where you going? Ooh. Hit a little U-turn, little nigga, just ever you going. Okay, I slipped up on that. Now I'm about to come back. A matter of fact, I'm just nicer than most. Ooh. Try it and toast. Ooh. Ooh. All those shorties, they jelly. Ooh. Trying to catch a felony. I'm like old school, telling jokes in the nightclub, Bill Bellamy. Ooh. Bitch like, ooh, how's you doing this? I know about pocast, I know about vultures, and I know about what keep a young nigga clean. Stacking the green, rocking the ice, no thanks. I like to make my own brand. Nowadays, give me 10 more years. They be like, darn that man. Matter of fact, ooh, here go my alias. That boy be Venchie, ooh. Now that I'm Venchie, ooh, ooh. She need a scrunchie, ooh, ooh. My bad is crunchy, ooh, ooh. Smoking the weed, I got the green, I got the munchies, ooh. Bitch, don't touch me, ooh. I was just moving on the streets, ooh. Feeling the heat, ooh, ooh. Sometimes I say a little word, I put on repeat, ooh. Synchronized, I check my watch, ooh, ooh, ooh. The boy be rambling, Michael Watts, I got a beat. H-Town, where you at? Screens fall all the time. Can he drip, can he paint? Yeah, nigga, you my slime. Yeah, that's my cousin, he been a savage, ooh. Where did I manage to go right, ooh, all my life?
All right, so there you have it. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully that motivated you to step outside of your comfort zone and just do something. For me, it was really cool and motivated me to probably do some more. I don't want to be a rapper, but I definitely love to create and I love the art form. So who knows? All right, so jumping back into our conversation and then we're going to wrap it up. For the people who missed out on the whole GameStop flex with Wall Street bets and you're sitting here kicking yourself saying, damn, man, I really should have started investing already. It's not too late. The stock market's going to be there. The only thing that's not going to be there is your knowledge if you choose not to actually study it and understand how this works, understand how to make your profits, understand how to live with your losses too, because it's not all wins. Right now in the market, to be honest with you, it's just like, it doesn't make sense. It's definitely in disarray. It's definitely reaching the climax of its bubble and it's going to pop. I'm just calling it right now. So just be prepared. But until then, make some of your wins, and you can make your wins on the fall too. You can make your wins when the bubble pops and the market crashes. You just gotta do your due diligence, study, understand how to invest, because you can make money when the market climbs. You can make money when the market falls. So for those people who have yet to get into investing, do it for future generations. You want to create generational wealth a very quick way. It's either going to be through investing, it's going to be through owning land and property, or winning the lottery. And if you're waiting for the latter, that may never happen. So I would suggest to go for the first two. Working for your money and understanding how it works, you will never lose money. You'll always find a way to make it. That's just my take on it. Do what you will with it. For those who know nothing about investing, think about what you like and then start doing your research there. Then branch off to other companies that support different components to the overall product. For example, Tesla, of course, we all know Tesla, Elon Musk. We all know the electrical vehicles, but the electrical vehicles, they have lithium batteries. So who supplies the batteries? Okay, who supplies different components for the inside of the vehicle? And then those are different companies that now you got a correlation working. Whenever Tesla does well, these other companies do well. So it's not too late. You may not have got the bag with GameStop, but I promise you, if you start now, you'll start to get the bag. Might not be a big payday. It'll be small bags over time, but take those profits and reinvest it. And if I say nothing else in regard to investing, don't get greedy. take your profits. Let everybody else get those other wins. Don't do the whole what if story. Like, what if I would have held my money in longer? Forget all that. Take your profits and then wash that money and make some more money. All right, so that concludes this episode of Venchie Talks. It has been a blast. If you have not done so already, please make sure you're following your boy on YouTube for the visual aspect of this podcast. If not, if you don't like the visual, if you don't like my face, follow me on just the podcast audio platforms, which is Spotify, also Apple, as well as Google Podcasts. Also, if you have yet to do so, follow me on social media, Creative Venchie, where I'm always posting something, some words of motivation, and above all, you already know I'm gonna get to work. And also, be mindful of your mentals. If there's something wrong, if you're having thoughts of anything, be sure to be vocal about it. Talk to anybody. Do not feel ashamed of how you feel in your head, because your mentals at the end of the day is the most important. And remember, this life ain't perfect, but it's worth it. Get to work.